Hello, everyone. My name is Lilan Yang. I'm an artist working with moving images across installation, film, photography, and performance. Before I found my path in art, I was trained as a computer engineer, a background that still shapes how I perceive the world. Where I once analyzed circuit boards, I now work with film strips. This perspective defined my interests in materials, processes, and systems of control. My work often revolves around the intersection of memory, metamorphosis, and perception. I'd like to open with a quote from Borges. Censorship is the mother of metaphor. Growing up in China, I have always been aware of the unsaid. Silence, absence, and substitution are not just gaps in conversation. They are fundamental parts of the daily communication. In my work, I translate those invisible conditions of censorship into physical and chemical processes on film. This is the heart of the Untitled Film Disinfection Project. During the pandemic, China's zero COVID policy imposed a reality of mass testing, extended lockdowns, and constant aggressive disinfection. In November 2022, a tragic fire broke out in a high rise in Urumqi. 10 people died while under lockdown, trapped because of the exits has been sealed. As news spread, so did the censorship. Photos and testimonies disappeared from the internet within hours. In response, people took the street holding blank sheets of white paper. This white paper movement was a silent protest, an act that said everything by saying nothing. It was absence as resistance, silence as testimony. It captured Borges' sentiment. When speech is forbidden, metaphor becomes the only language left. In this project, I turned to the film material itself to explore the paradox. Following the government's official disinfection guideline from that period, I applied chlorine-based disinfectant, the same chemicals used to sanitize our public and private spaces, directly onto the film. I worked with developed but imageless Ektachrome film. The blank 16mm film reel is my white paper. It's both my medium and my metaphor. What appears on the film is not a picture of a protest, but a physical record of a material transformation. The chemicals react directly with the film emulsion, producing unpredictable color shifts, bubbles, and corrosive patterns. It is a volatile, tactile interaction between the disinfectant and the light-sensitive surface. Whether I was wiping or spraying the film, the surface becomes a site of interference. It is a visual study of control where the physical film becomes a landscape for the fragility of memory. Through this process, memory isn't merely represented, it is reenacted. It is physically altered and sometimes destroyed by the very mechanism intended to sanitize it. To move beyond the finished project, I have been experimenting with expanded cinema and performance. This allows the audience to witness the process of disappearance as it happens. In these performances, I wear a protective suit working over an overhead projector. The audience doesn't not just see the film, they see the labor disinfection. Here I'm projecting 120 film. By using large formats, I was able to magnify the chemical architecture of the damage. In a gallery setting, These stills allows us to pause and examine the wreckage that is usually flickered by at 24 frames per second. You're seeing the chemistry unfold in real time. Hydrogen chloride and sodium chloride react, bleaching and staining the surface. The image is created through the act of removal. So at the end, the traded film is dried and spliced into a continuous loop. Each loop preserves the physical traces of that specific event, transforming the act of making into a permanent circular record. I continue to expand this process across 35mm formats, investigating how different film sizes respond to the same corrosive guidelines. Each gauge offers a new scale of resistance, pushing the material to the point of total disintegration. My most recent exploration also translates this methodology into 120 film. These pieces act as a bridge between the moving images and the frozen photographic moment. They invite you to pause and examine the texture of erasure that is usually flickered by in an instant. And thank you for joining me in this exploration. And thank you to Annie for organizing this exhibition. I really wish I could be there with you, but please feel free to reach out via email or follow my process on Instagram. Enjoy the exhibition.